How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday. When we're gonna do some Turnback Thursday. I told you I was gonna bring it back. You didn't believe me, but I told you I was going to. Now we're gonna play some Fantasy Star tonight. A little bit. I knew what she was on. I knew it. What's up, Ginger Gaming? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, I gotta finish putting my jewelry back in. I know. These weekdays, I get home from work, and I'm basically like, all right, what time do I have to feed the baby? To feed the baby at 6:30? Okay, cool. That means I can start my stream before I feed the baby. Feed the baby later. But I still have to get ready, and so that means sometimes I I don't have time to put my jewelry in. I take it out for work. I don't like taking it out for work, but I do. I don't even know. Like, don't get me wrong, my boss is cool. Both my bosses are cool. All my bosses are cool. They're really cool people. But I had asked, early on, could I wear my piercings to work? And they didn't want me to wear my piercings to work because we work with the hospitality, which to me is weird because like a lot of the people in the beverage industry that I see all the time have their piercings in, even in casinos, which used to be a no-no. Used to be a big no-no. You used to not be allowed to wear piercings if you worked in a casino. You used to not be able to have tattoos if you worked, or showing tattoos, I should say, if you worked in a casino. But times they do be a changing. Sometimes for the worse, sometimes for the better. The world is crazy, man. The world is crazy. I am one of those people that like I don't typically delete people on social media. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm getting close to just fucking wiping the thing off the map. Don't get me wrong, I won't. I won't delete it. I should. But I am getting close to deleting a lot of people on it. I'm just weirded out by the amount of people are just not who I thought they were. So it makes me question sometimes, like, was my judgment that bad? Or have they just changed that much? I like to think that they just changed that much. But I'm not always sure. It's just everything's in this weird spot. Like I don't know how to describe it. That's really the only way I can describe it. It's a weird spot. It's everything. Connie Cryptic, hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. I'm still having trouble breathing. Just from fucking unable to. Whatever's in the air, I think, is in my house somewhere. Yeah. But yeah, whatever's fucking in the air is fucking. Of course, it was windy as shit today. There's like a storm that like blew in and it blew out. At least somebody's getting blown. Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think of ways to make the stream more appealing. But I just can't think of anything that fits with me. Because that's the thing, is that I'm not going to do anything that doesn't really fit me, as a person. Something I'm not comfortable with. So I can't think of anything. I used to try and think of topics to discuss. But it's really like, I don't know, maybe it's just maybe it's because I'm not willing to talk about the things most people want to talk about. Because I think everybody wants to just talk about politics and making money these days, and those things fucking bore me. Well, I shouldn't say they both bore me. Politics makes me mad. Money bores me. We could talk about the weird sudden environmental push that people are putting behind AI. I saw somebody post the other day that just remember, every time you ask ChatGPT a question, it costs 40 liters of water. What? Who fucking told you that? Where did you get this information? It's like asking ChatGPT a question is just about equal to the water consumption of a Google search. What's up, future? Fuck, I'm tired. That's my fault, man. It's just because I don't have like a set time right now. I really should move it up to at least in fact, I'll do that right now. Let me pull up my channel. Oh, my day was okay. Oh, I'm just tired. Let's see. Schedule. Here we go. Schedule. Lots of walking, lots of standing. So let's see. I'm going to edit my schedule. I'm gonna go ahead and take Tuesday off the board right now. Not worry about Tuesday right now. All right. I'm gonna say every Monday at we're gonna go ahead and say 4:30. Oh, I normally say schedule. I was just being exotic for a moment. I don't know. So let's say 4:30 p.m. on the weekdays for now. And this is not Tainted Girl right now because by next Monday we'll be doing Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So, and then let's change Thursday. We're gonna say also Thursday will be 4:30. All right, and then Sunday is the game. It's the only thing that's changing. It's the same as always. All right, there we go. Schedule is changed to reflect a tentative time of 4:30 p.m. on the weekdays, because that's the tentative time that I like. Today I think I started at like 4:33 or 4:35 or something like that. So I started a little after 4:30. So I've had mortality on the mind lately. I guess that's the only way to describe it. You know, I mean, I don't. Am I the only one that freaks out about this shit? Like that I'm gonna fucking die someday, and that's possibly just the end. Like, am I the only person that this shit crosses his mind, and like I go into a fucking anxiety attack? No, but that's what I mean. Like, am I the only person that really like thinks about this shit? Because most people, you know, this is where I envy people with religion, or not religion, but like such a deep faith. All right, this is where I envy deep faith, because there are people that just know for sure uh that at the end they're gonna go somewhere, right? That they're going to transcend this life. Their consciousness is going to be something else or somewhere else. You know, like there's this bright light waiting for them type shit. There are these people, right? They don't fear, you know, like, yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna suck, it's whatever. But it's like, am I the only one that thinks, you know, like, don't get me wrong, I'm open to the idea of an afterlife, but I'm also very much in tune with the idea that might just be it. Like, it just all goes black, and then there's no more me. There's no more anything, and that frightens me to like a crazy degree, to the point where it's like sometimes I just freak out about it. I will, you know, because you like to think that like, oh, you'll just pass into bliss, you know. You just want to you'll be able to look down on those you love until the day that they come to join you in your fucking your gay blissfulness. I mean gay like happy. Um but you're fucking, and then they'll be there and they'll be with you, and like, but like, no, I'm not sure about any of that. Like, all that shit freaks me out. So most of the time I don't think about it, but I'll be by myself sometimes, and it'll just cross my mind, and I'll just like fucking have an anxiety attack, you know. Because I don't like the idea of it just being the end. That there not being anything else. That's a creepy thought. I used to think that, you know, like once we had the baby, like I would feel a little bit better about it, because, you know, before I thought it was just, there's nobody to pass along any knowledge of me. Because at the end of this, right? At the end of all of this, uh, you know, there's a good debate between the guru and his soul must exist followers about God, but it's really about whether there's a life after death. Okay, I'll check it out. But it's like, what was I saying? I used to think it was just like, I was worried about legacy. Who's gonna remember me? Because at the end of the day, there's nothing like, I didn't have a kid to like, that I'll be able to impression myself onto and carry on my memories. But even then, it's like, until you do something that's just so magnificent to the world, like, who fucking remembers you? I studied near-death experiences, and almost all of them include some kind of light and being asked what you learned. That's why Trump wants Greenland. What? Because he wants to rename it Trump Land. Dude, I'm not even gonna get into to be remembered as a great expansionist in history. Yeah, I don't think that's what he's gonna remember for. I don't think that's what he's gonna be remembered at all. It's like, who is this loudmouth twat waffle with the stupid hair? People will see his skeleton and see his hands and think, this man must have been extremely handicapped. Fucking dumpster muppet, I swear. Anyway, like I said, I was like, forever I've always just kind of been worried about legacy, because like I said, at the end of it, we're, who's gonna remember? Like, I would like to leave the world better than I found it, but at this rate, I don't think it's gonna happen. Unless I am able to, somehow facilitate world peace in the next 20 years. I wish I had the answer to that question. Why do I want to be remembered? I don't know. I think it's kind of a scary thought to be to think of like all the billions of people that have lived. There are so many that were never, like, their names are probably nowhere. Think of it like this. I barely know anything about my dad's side of the family. I barely know anything about my mom. I barely know anything about my family tree. I tried to build it one time, and I kept hitting these stone walls. But it's like, I don't know how far back anything goes, so I don't know, No, I tried doing it a while back. To the point where like I got stuck because I started to build out the tree And of course, Ancestry.com takes fucking. You have to pay for it, and it's like fucking it was at the time. It was like $40 a month. I was like, Jesus Christ, just to build a family tree, and then like I said, I got because you have to get access to the records and shit like that, and it's like, trying to build it out. I basically got to the point of my grandmother on my dad's side, my dad's mom, and it was like I hit a stone wall there because there was like a couple different people, and no one was positive at the time what my fucking my grandmother's name, like maiden name, was. Now I know what it is, but and then nobody knew anything about my grandfather. So, and then my mother's is just a complete mystery as well. And there's nobody around. There's nobody around to answer the questions. They're all gone. Everybody's gone. Yeah. My I have my brothers and my sister. They don't know anything. I have cousins on my dad's side that fucking seem to not know shit, even though they all, my aunt and my uncle, my dad's brother and sister, the living ones that are still alive, but they're fucking. I can't even talk to half these people. I don't talk to my aunt because I just don't get along with her. I used to when I was younger, but after you kind of like learn who a person is, when you see who they really are, you're just kind of like, I don't really want to be associated with you. And there are some traits that I'm not a fan of on my uncle side either that I didn't see until I was an adult. Did you hate that? Like when you adore somebody your whole life and then you fucking one day they say something, they just they make some comment, and then you kind of you look back on them and you realize he never said or did stuff like that. But then you look at everything that they've done lately and you go, wow, who the fuck is this guy? But yeah, I wish I knew why I want to be remembered, I guess the idea of just being a speck of dust is can get to you, I guess. I don't know, because that's yeah. So it was always I just kind of want to leave my mark on the world, but I don't. I always feel like I'm doing that. And I was trying to clean my glasses, and I couldn't find my spray, which has been sitting in front of me the whole time. But for most people, you're only ever remembered for it's like what, one lifetime after you're dead, because, and I think it's just the cycle that my family's gone through. So it's like my daughter is never going to know my parents. I have plenty of pictures, but like I don't have a lot of video or audio of them. So sorry, I'm trying to maintain my composure. It's kind of a subject that's hard for me. She's never gonna know like my dad's sense of humor. She's never gonna hear my mom laugh. She's never really gonna know what it was to be like a part of that family. And because she's come into my life so late, that means I might not see grandkids. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna depend on um what she wants to do with her life when she's that age. Like that's getting way ahead of everything. But it's like as long as I can stay, I don't know, relatively. Why am I getting calls from all these weird places? Hello? Fuck off. Um. What was I saying? If I was so rudely interrupted. Oh, like that's like so far off. It's like she's gonna, do whatever she's gonna do, but it's like because she came in so late. I can hear you now. Yeah, sure. Because she came in so late, like I might not get to see my grandkids either, because that's what it feels like the cycle is. Like I was born very late for my dad. My dad was 42 when I was born. So of course he died when he was 70, 75. Would it be 75? Yeah. Money. So I don't want to get like too deep into the reasons. Yeah, I'm just talking about heavy shit. I'm fine. Um, no, we didn't adopt earlier because we were trying to conceive naturally. Me and my wife have been trying to start our family for like 15 years. We part of the reason I'm in debt, like such heavy debt, is because we were going to a fertility specialist. And that cost a lot of money. And we tried medications. First we tried to conceive, doing the OG way, like watching cycles, using the little things to tell you if you're ovulating. We did all that. And it just wasn't happening. I think we were going, months and months and months and months, just making sure that I was, giving her the pie, on the right days. And then we ended up going to, fertility specialist. They tried medication first. Yeah, they did all their tests, and then we do, medication to help with the ovulation. Didn't work. And then we did 2 rounds of insemination, which is exactly what it sounds like, where I do the work in a cup and then they do the work for me to get it closer to the goal. And then so we sold a portion of the value of our house. What it's called is it's a home share loan or something like that. So what it is they evaluate the worth of your house, and then they'll offer you, like, we will loan you this much money in exchange for a percentage of the value of your house. So we did that, and we got enough money. Had to pay some stuff off. Well, you have to understand, we were trying to do it naturally. Like, we wanted to have a kid with our features, we wanted to have the amalgamation of us. We wanted to actually, like, blend who we are together. We were trying to do it that way. Anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. We didn't have the money to do it then either. I think you're vastly underestimating what it costs to adopt. Basically, we got up to the point of we were going to do IVF, which is, they do everything. They do the insemination and then put the eggs in the womb. We were going to do that, but there were some concerns, and basically we agreed that we had enough money to do one or the other. We either had the option to do IVF or adopt. And after much discussion and very emotional discussions, we came to the decision that adoption was going to be the most likely scenario. And that almost didn't happen. Because we weren't getting any matches. There are cheaper ways to adopt. There are. But in those cases, you kind of just get what they give you, So we could end up with a teenager, or we could end up with, like a 7-year-old, or we could, end up with a 16-year-old or whatever. And because that's the other way, is you go through foster. The cheaper way to adopt is you go through foster homes, or you go through, you get into the foster program, and, you foster kids. For adoption, you gotta have money, honey. Like, it ain't like the movies, all right? It ain't like that, where you just go down to the orphanage and fucking, interview some kids and take them home. Like, it's not like that. In fact, I mean, I'm sure there are places where there are orphanages. I just don't know where they're at. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we have an orphanage here in Vegas. No, we went through an adoption agency that specializes in in infant, placement. Like, they introduce you to the birth mother. Well, they market you to expecting mothers that want to give up for adoption. And then, when one picks you, you meet with them and see if it's a mutual fit, and then you go through the process with them. That's kind of what we did. Anyway, I can put a value on just getting our daughter. All right. I'm not talking about hospital bills or doctors, visits or anything like that. We didn't have to pay for any of that because of, Medicaid and stuff like that for the baby. But as far as getting her is over $30,000. When it's all said and done, it'll be over 30 grand that we paid for her, not including the the insemination and medications, is that not including that phase. If we included that phase, then we'd probably be closer to like 40. Yeah. So starting family costs a lot of money. For us, at least. And the good thing is I think that makes me appreciate it a lot more than, I'm not saying that, I love my daughter more than other people love their kids. I'm just saying I think there are plenty of parents that take for granted the ease in which they had their kids, 45 years together, bro. You were optimistic as fuck. Sorry, she's staring. You were optimistic as fuck. At this point, considering I watched my mom die in her 60s and my dad died his 70s, I expect that I'll have maybe 30. Well, 35. 35. We'll say 35. But then again, my dad's brother, one of his brothers, because his other one died of like a heart attack a while back. His brother is like in his 80s, so maybe we're fucking looking at 45. But either way, it's like I embrace all the moments that I've got with her. See, Arena says that I have 7 people right now, but there's nobody in the chat. And I'm starting to wonder if that's because nobody's chatted or if it's just not populating. After the last stream where nobody fucking, it didn't populate forever. So if anybody is chatting in Arena right now, I just want you to know you're awesome. If I can't see you, if you're chatting and I can't see you, then just know that I appreciate you. Yeah, no, we like I embrace like it's like it was funny. We were with she left me with the baby the other night. I think she went to stop at her mom's and she was texting me, and baby Pharaoh Moon was not happy, was kind of cranky because she just woke up, you know, so she's a little cranky, little crankosaurus rex, and and you know my wife texts because when my wife left she was still sleeping, and she texts and goes she's like, is she awake? And I said yes, and she is crabby. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, I signed up for this. I'm not even sure. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had my moments of, I think I've talked about them where, she's just crying for no reason, and I'm like, what do you want? But for the most part, I just deal with it. Like, there's nothing. Yeah. There's, like I said, I was pretty sure I've talked about that. But for the most part, like, I just deal with it. I just handle it now. She has days where she doesn't want to eat, or she'll she'll do this thing where she'll push the bottle out of her mouth and then immediately look at it, pull it back into her mouth, and then push it out of her mouth, pull it back into her mouth, push it out of her mouth. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just, if you want to eat. If not, just stop. So I have to, just put the bottle away, put the bottle off to the side. Like, stop doing that. All right. Let me get this game started up. I meant to do some grinding over the last few days, but I did not. So we're going to have to wander around and do some stuff. Thank you, Battle Cat Blues. Battle Cat Blues. Thank you. Yeah, but Assad, how you doing over on Arena? I appreciate you for coming into the chat. Oh yeah, I was trying to open up the game. Let's see what drive is I. Oh, it's on D. It's on the D. It's on the D. I just want to get through this game because it is. I think this one's like my least favorite Phantasy Star game, but I want to get through it. Do. Ding, 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 ding. Who grows out of it or grew out of it? Either, well, because I know not necessarily Nazis, but I like I've grew up with people that grew out of that, like the racist stuff. Yeah. So I can't say that I know people that were into the scene. I wouldn't exactly call them Nazis. Of course, I met them long after that phase, like, but sure, I've known people like. If you haven't hurt anybody, and I mean, even if you have, like, in some cases, but I mean, like, if you haven't, like, fucking murdered a bunch of people, over racism or something, but, like, if you're stupid and beat some people up, or I mean, I don't know where the line is. I don't know anybody that's done that, but I feel like to a certain degree, everybody should get a chance to grow, to be better. I mean, when I was younger, like, I can't say that I've ever done felt like the actual, racism or anything like that in my heart or anything, but, I've said my fair share of fucking terrible things that I don't say now, because you learn that, like, it's fucking life. Like, you kind of, whoever you surround yourself with, I was a lonely fucking kid that didn't have a lot of friends in the junior high school and the high school years, so you kind of like take who you take who you can get around you, and you so, like, there was a lot of times I tolerated or said shit that, because those were the people that I were with, until you kind of grow your own individualistic fucking concept of who you are and fucking how your brain works. Oh. But I've always, been friends with people from all walks of life. I can't say that I tolerate the shit right now, though. Like, I was talking about it before you came in, Future. Like, everything's just crazy right now. With what's going on in the world and, the day-to-day news, and it's like, there's a lot of fucking people that are just like, that I thought I knew. Like, I thought I knew the kind of people they were, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me, It's so fucking weird. Like, I was thinking about this on the way home, but it's like, how can some people feel the way they feel about certain things? Like, when some things are just so fucking blatant, I guess. I mean, so it's a weird thing. So it's like, I feel like there are a lot of people that they're not necessarily bad people, but they've like let their anger kind of become misdirected or like propagandized. What's the other one that I was looking at? Motherfucker. There it is. Hey, got you tabbed. We're watching TV show. Hey, you can do your thing. I appreciate you. Either way. Just quote Yoda at him. Fears the path to the dark side. Yes. Barely saying or angry hate leads to suffering. No, that's exactly it. It's like, I just feel like there are a lot of people that don't know like really what's going on. They just have these certain misconceptions or beliefs of what is happening and certain things that they're angry about, and they've just kind of like let themselves become weaponized. You know, and what sucks is like some of them are close to me, you know, like there are some people that are pretty close that, you know, feel in these ways, like, and maybe they're not the worst example, you know, of it, but it's like they just kind of flow with the talking points. It's like, it's like this weird thing. It's like, so you know how like a lot of like conservative people, they just call Democrats and shit like liberals, you know? I question whether or not any of them actually know what the definition of liberal is. Because it's not the burn that they think it is. So much easier to say beliefs to pundits and party line talking points than to think for yourself, especially if you're always tired from a job, which is why you are anyone that thinks for themselves. Well, is that? But I mean, you know, I've been there. I've been on the side of, you know, there was plenty of times when I was in my 20s. I was working at this place, and it was right around the time Obama was running for president. And the of course at the time I didn't vote. I kind of was like halfway between not understanding that I could and also the fact that like I didn't really think it counted, you know, like I don't know, I didn't know fucking much at the time. But like my boss was always playing, like we were listening to AM late night, you know, and it was always, we would listen to George Norrie in the nighttime, Coast to Coast, which was always like weird shit, you know, like ghost stories and monster sightings and shit like that. But before you get to it, you have to go through Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Mark Levin. So every night it was Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, Mark Levin. And every fucking day, because it was the same stupid station, just play repeats of fucking, you know, the days. It's fucking Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and Mark Levin. So there was a point in time where I was just eating all of it up. Well, at the time, I didn't know what far right was. I just knew Republicans and Democrats, you know, left and right. I didn't know that there was a far left or right of anything. So here I am, and I'm. The problem is that at the time, I thought that these were real journalists. I thought they fact-checked their information. I didn't realize at the time that these were politically biased talking heads. So just listen to these guys and just fucking consume everything. And I just after this went on for a while, like I listened to him for a couple years, you know, just working and listening to this shit. And it became apparent, you know, pretty getting, you know, into no, and that's just it, you know. That's like something I try to explain to people a lot of the time too. It's like fucking God, I'm getting my fucking ass handed to me right now. I try to explain to a lot of people, it's like you can't sum up a person in one party. Like, it's just not possible. You know, there's so many. Oh, God damn it. There's so many different points. I think, I mean, at least this is how I vote, is usually most people vote based on topics, and it's like, who do I agree with the most? You know, not necessarily like, you know, on the huge level, but like how many points does this person, you know, fucking support that I believe in, and then whoever you believe in the most based on their points is usually who you vote for. And a lot of the time, those things that you don't agree with tend to kind of just get tossed to the wayside. And that's how I typically vote too, is I find the person I agree with the most and I fucking just vote for them. Parties suck. Like doing anything by party is just crazy. And I think that's like me typically, whenever I'm looking at, you know, all of the points or facts that a party's like trying to, you know, for me, it's just topic by topic, you know, is this right? Is this wrong? Do I agree with it? So sometimes every once in a while there are things on the other side that like I'm like, oh, that's kind of a good point. So I go that way. Fuck. And that's why, like, Trump, like, his first term, I didn't really care. I didn't vote for him, but, like, I didn't give a shit. Like, he wasn't really doing anything the first term. He was just kind of taking up space. Like, he did a couple things that I can't, like, his tax cuts or something like that. I don't fucking remember. Couple stupid things, like he made it so that you don't have to we didn't get penalized for not having insurance and stuff like that, because that was hitting me hard. But like largely he was just kind of like there in his first term. I think what really brought him back was just how he was gunned for. Like, I feel like there were enough times that he was actually pretty misrepresented by the media in his first term, that I was just like, that's not what he said, like, or he didn't do that, or like, why, like, there was so many times I caught myself doing that, like, that's not what he said, or I'd be like, they cut part of the clip out or something like that, like, because I used to watch the speeches. It's like, but now they're doing all that shit, like, but now it's a lot worse, but yeah, I've been on both sides of the, trying to figure it all out. Both sides of the fucking the political spectrum. Like I said, I used to listen to all that shit and I used to just eat it up until I realized that a lot of the shit they were saying was just bullshit. It was just bullshit to get listeners or get, people to watch. If you watched them on TV or something like that, like, that's all it was. To keep people's ear. Keep their ear and fucking, and then eventually, what was it? Sean Hannity came out at some point and just said, I'm not a journalist, I think people can fucking decipher for themselves, and that's the thing. Some people can't decipher for themselves. Some people really are that fucking stupid. Do. You wrote. News sources are so insidious as well. When I learned about the split on the right, I understood that half the party hated Jews. But when I looked into both sides, were saying it was the opposite. Jew haters only wanted politicians to put America first rather than Israel first, and allowed themselves to criticize the Israeli government, not the ethnic group of people or country. That's blasphemy to Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro, To them, any criticism of Israel's government or military is anti-Semitic, which is bullshit. It is bullshit, and I hate that. Oh my god, I hate that. I cannot stand when somebody's like, I'm talking about Israel as the country, like the government, you know? I'm not talking about its people. I hate that there are people that cannot separate the two. That's like saying right now that the American administration represents the entirety of the American people, which is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. In fact, it's never true. All right? Yeah, no, I totally feel it, and I hate when they do that. I was just watching a clip the other day where Stephen Miller's wife was on like Piers Morgan or something. God damn it, Mike. There we go. Stephen Miller's wife was on Piers Morgan, and you know who Chink is from the Young Turks? I think it's the Young Turks. Yeah, he made a comment about, you know, leave it to a Miller to be a liar or something like that, and then she flew off the handle. Like, she went off because she said it was an anti-Semitic remark. And she said that she got mad at Pierce for letting this dude talk to her like that, because it was anti-Semitic to insinuate that just because that, you know, she was a Miller, it was a liar, and that Millers are Jewish. And everyone was just looking at her going, they had to like break it down to her, like, listen, us saying that you are a liar and your husband is a liar has nothing to do with the Jewish people. It's a fucking attack on, it's like, it's a jab at you personally, not a jab on your fucking heritage. And they were, before that, they were trying to explain to her the difference between, you know, being anti-Semitic and not agreeing with the, you know, the Israeli government. Like, it just wouldn't sink in, you know? But there are so many people that think that way. That just go, there's no way that this can work because, you know, blah, blah, your race, your blah, blah, blah. It's like a Karen. There's some weird people that are in the government right now that we're allowed in. It's just weird. Oh, it was funny because she was like, I'm raising Jewish kids, and they're all looking at her like, who fucking said anything about your kids? Nobody fucking said anything about your kids. Yeah, that one was wild. And there's just so many people that just like back it all the way. The whole time they've been chanting, we don't need to be involved in this Ukraine Russian fucking social BS. But, you know, we're out here doing secret missions fucking to steal fucking dictators and shit. And then the straw man attitude behind it. It's like everybody's like, you know, this is against, you know, foreign policy. Like, you list all these reasons and they go, so you support dictators. No, that's not what was said at all, you fucking renob. But it's like my news feed or my Facebook feed is filled with this shit. Like this and other shit that is just weird. Somebody fucking posted today or the other day, like, remember when, you know, people were taking the COVID shots and then magnets were sticking to them, and, you know, everyone in the comment section's like, no. I don't remember that. How about, you know, things that never happened for 800, Alex? The claim, but it never happened. Yeah, there was no proof of it. But then you'll always have the people that are like, that's because they fucking pulled the videos, man. It's because they don't want you to know. You know, and you're like, no, it just never, like, that's what they want you to think, man. That's what they want you to think. And that argument leads to no accountability for, like, you can't be wrong if, you know, if that's what they want you to think. That's why I just can't debate with people anymore. Like, one, I don't have the patience for it. I can't articulate as well. I know, you know, there's some things I can articulate very well, but when it comes to politics, there's so much that I know, but it was just, and then there's so much that I don't know, or things that I know but don't know how to explain. So it's like, I don't like arguing because I always end up getting myself stuck in a point that I can't articulate the, you know, properly how to explain it, and it doesn't help. My ex believed 5G towers was like the world ending, and she refused for us to go to a nice walk because it was half a kilometer from a tower out there in countryside. And then she got mad at me for prohibiting our 12-year-old son from using Instagram. So she didn't like 4G or 5G, but she wanted him to use radio waves to... What's funny is that one time me and one of the dudes that I work with now, because he used to work with me at the old place when I was doing cell phone towers, we were installing some 5G radios, and there was a guy that walked by the job site yelling at us about it. You know those cause cancer? Like, you know that for them this to even affect you, you literally need to stand in front of it for hours and hours and hours and hours. There are absolutely some radios for communication that if you sit in front of them, like, they will cook you in a matter of minutes. Well, I shouldn't say cook you, but you will notice. Hold on. But yeah, there are radios. They're much bigger. They're like huge size radios, and most of them are way up high off the ground. And in order for you to work on them, you have to turn them off. Because if you sit in front of them while they're on, you'll feel it. You will start to feel yourself. But the thing is that when it comes to like any of these radios, like people need to understand that. So 5G, I felt myself before I came in. Nice. Like 5G radio waves don't actually travel that far, and that's why they put the radios up so like high off the ground, so they don't affect you and me. Like, and even then, you still, like, for 5G to even affect you, you'd probably have to sit in front of it for days. And even then, I don't think it would fuck with you, you know? Oh, hold on, I gotta check if the baby's she's waking up. Anyway, sorry about that. What did I miss? The song is a fucking banger. I was on a walk a couple years ago and a guy passed our group and told us the reality and danger of chemtrails in the sky. Oh my god. So tired of chemtrail. Fucking, I have people on my Facebook. That's all they talk about is fucking chemtrails. How does Diablo 4 compared to 3? It's amazing. 3, but Diablo's winning me over. Almost picked it up. I'm loving the new Helltide. Builds are really good. How come I don't have one yet? I feel left out since I'm in Vegas and there's chemtrails everywhere. I want chemtrails. I mean, I want mangina. Bent over. Sorry, we're totally grinding right now, so like this stream really isn't, super eventful. It's just a lot of fighting monsters. Butthole is the new pussy. With Dussy. I'll have to feed the baby here in a couple minutes, but you want Man Bear Pig? Man Bear Pig, I told you it was real. Do 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 do. Yeah. She's so adorable. You ever played Phantasy Star Online? I have not. I've played all the originals, but never any of the new ones that are all online and shit. Who has SAR? I'm not sure somebody had SAR. Do 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 do. fucking bitch ass mushrooms. Nobody likes you. Smell funny. Good lord. Hugh raised a level because he's Hugh. It's not you, he's Hugh. Yeah. Hugh. Or Huff. Yeah, you like that? That play on letters there? Yeah. So stinking cute. Taking your blanket off, little dingleberry. All right, I'll be right back. I have to go change her and make the bottle, and then we'll keep on grinding. I'll leave you with some music while I'm getting on that. Good. How is you, Chad? Had to fix a drain issue yesterday. When I lean over a bathtub for 5 hours, it wrecks me. I bet. We were doing installs recently, Sunset Station, for machines that I work with. And you have to get in these cabinets sometimes, and it can be a struggle. Mine's a lot of running hose, though. You know, running hose and not running hose, but running hose lines. So did you have to replace the whole drain or just the pipe leading to? Like, what was the full diagnosis? Or were you just like yanking the snake in there? Or shoving the snake in there? Snaking it? Block at the junction and oh man. Not even a drain trap? Second floor by clean out is in the basement. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't envy that. You can't hear it, but there's like a It's playing those in the background. I got sink, shower, and toilet all feeding into the main drain, and when it gets plugged, they all back up. That sucks. Right now, my master bathroom sinks don't drain, but I think it's because the pipe's broken. Because everything else drains. It's just the two sinks in the master, and they're linked, so they basically tee off from the same drain line. Thinking of installing a second floor cleanout, but I would need an access panel in the hall. There, kid. Adding another cleanout sounds like it might be pricey. Huh? Franco couples and Franco couplings and a PVC about $45. Huh? Okay. Then it's just cutting and installing. Feel ya. Wing. Watch Star Wars. All right. Yeah. Of course, I'll still talk to her the whole time. Did I heal? I don't remember, cause I got distracted. Did I fucking healed? Yeah, I fucking healed. I fucking totally healed. Rudo and Party are victorious. Rudo, you are victorious. Even though my character's name is Taco. This game should be called Taco and Friends. Taco and Friends. Yeah. One more day. One more day. One more night. I'll be missing you, something words I can't describe. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just so confused by the level of which Nay is sitting at 23. Yeah. Booty boo boo booty boo 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 booty 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 booty. Yeah. Yeah. What? 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 Do 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 do. Boop boo boop. Bam bam boom. Bing 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 bing. Nay, gained a level. Let me choose 24 now. Fucking leveling up, bitch. Bobby's gonna get you. Get you. Get you. Hugh gains a level. Fuck yeah, Hugh. Blee, blee, blue. Hard to fart. I'm a firefighter. A wonderful firefighter. What? Be-doo, 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 be-doo. I hate when I do that. Yeah, she got a voice on her. She gets pretty loud sometimes. Like, geez, kid, it's not that serious. Doing okay, we're just fucking playing some Fantasy Star and a nice old Turnback. How are you, Sam? What got going on this evening? Appreciate it. Bless you. Bless you. The average. Hello. 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 We're just doing a bunch of grinding right now. We got, like, literally last Thursday when I played, we got 2 new characters. And because this is such like an old RPG, anytime you get a new character, they start at level 1. You know, so it's like all my other characters are in double digits. So I need to do some fucking get them built up a little bit. Get them a pussy in their hand, or a sword, I mean. Send them off to battle. Fang. Where is he at? Because we got one more character we need to get there. He's level 9 or level 8. Sorry, I get down to this music. This is some banger ass music right here. It's pretty groovy. It is. They really knew how to do music back in the day. Back in the OG. All of his files. No, you can't play. Not yet, at least. Someday. Oh, we're everywhere the light touches. Except for over there, that's the bathroom. Yeah. What time is it? Probably gonna roll for another 20 minutes of just grinding. Maybe a little less. Do boop boop blah, blah, blah. Hugh gained a level. All right, let me put her down and then I'm just gonna get ready to say goodnight. Like I said, this was majorly just grindy grind. Do that. Oh, fuck. All right. Let's see what we got. What we've got here is failure to communicate. All right. Yep. All right, who do we have in here today? On Zip Apple side. Let's see. Ginger Gaming, Savage Queen, Future Proof, Simply Sandbam, Battle Cat Blues, Few Star, Chillness Villainous, Disc Golfer, and Mac Daddy is Dumb. And then on the green side, I know Grub and Dub was in there, Tawny Cryptic, and Yofki. And over on the orange, Assad Shamir. So much appreciated. All I ever ask is you come follow the channel and hang out with me while I play the games. While I do the games. The games. The games. But you don't have to. Right? You don't have to chat with me. I like that you chat with me, but you don't have to. Instead, I'm a pro channel, so you can just stare at my dumb face while I say dumb things and playing dumb games. But if in the event you would like to do more for the channel, you can always get bits, you can sub, you can tip, you can pick up some of the old merch from the merch store. If you are, hold on, I gotta copy this into this right here. If you are an Ubisoft gamer, go to store.ubisoft.com and use the code Feral Realism, and that will help your boy out a little bit. I can't really say how much because it's probably not a lot. I am also partnered with Loaded. It is we can get the best games for cheaper. You can just go to use the link that is in the chat, or if you're on the green or purple, you can use the banner that is in the stream, or it's in the channel. You just click it, go get it. I get a little cut of it. You save some money, but you are gonna save more than I'm gonna get a cut of. So you're really the winner in this exchange. Where's my tip thing? I need to make a command for my tip thing. We're just gonna do the link, not the whole spiel. Times are hard, still trying to pay for the baby and stuff like that. So if you would like to help, you can see this jar right here, this red one. It's not entirely full. It still has a few to go, but if you'd like to help, you can use that link right there, and that goes straight to me, and every little bit gets used towards fucking the adoption stuff, bills that surround it, but otherwise pretty normally I do not use stream money for personal things like fucking diapers for skunks. We don't use it for groceries or the mortgage or anything like that. What we do use it for is to get games for the stream. We use it to upgrade equipment for the stream, support other streamers, stuff like that. If you would like to find me on the socials, you can use that right there. That'd be the IG, TikTok, YouTube, all the fun stuff, all my band pages if you're into my music, just anything that has to do with me, you can find it there. And then if you would like to join my Discord, you can use this Discord link. My Discord is pretty quiet. That's pretty chill. Not a whole lot going on. It's mainly just to keep up with me. What the hell is Feral doing? Who knows what Feral's doing? But we can tell you when he's doing it. There's also, like I said, it's pretty quiet. People will talk to you if you talk, though. But it's mainly there's areas for general conversations, talking about games, talking about shows, share memes, photos, selfies, and videos. You can use it to share your dreams, or if you need to vent, you want to share some porn or some food porn. There's spaces for that too. If there's something that you need a space for to hang out, just let me know and I will make sure that you have that space. But if you don't want to deal with my Discord, you can always join one of the awesome Discords for one of the teams that I'm a part of. I am a member of the Savage Nation, which represents the Royal Court, presided over by the Savage Queen. Always savage, never average. Wonderful community if you're a streamer and you're trying to get off your feet, build your crowd, or maybe you're not a streamer, you're just like watching, and there's plenty of streamers in to watch, and maybe you're not worried about any of that, and you just want to make some people, find some people to game with, make some friends with. You can do that too. I'm also a member of the Mockley crew, but it doesn't have a Discord currently, so no worries there. I am a member of the Players Club, founded by Hag on This. Everything you're looking for in a stream, you can find in the Players Club. The streamers, the horror games, the fighting games, the racing games, the action games, and the sports games, and the shooters, survival, first person, third person, free games, cozy games, stream games, mobile games, free games. Come find your favorite streamer in the Players Club today. Use that link right there. That'll take you past security straight to the hot tub where you can meet the hag himself. I'm also a member of Grubs Dubs, but currently the restaurant is closed for remodels. I am also a member of the Mighty May Squad. It is the mightiest squad to patrol the streaming airwaves, led by the marvelous little Miss May. There to help you with all of your streaming goals. And then I am also a member of the Negative Zone, which is run by Type. So if I type it right. Just run by Typo Gamer. It is the streaming space. Between the streaming spaces, make sure that you bring fresh underwear for travel. All right, let me get a quote for you. And then we'll figure out where we're going. I don't know how much longer she's going to be on, so we're going to jump quick. We're going to raid over into Witchy because I haven't done it in a while. Go. I bet she's saying something. Okay. All right. Here is your quote. As soon as I can find it. Not every step forward feels brave, but every one of them counts. All right, y'all. I will catch you guys Sunday. We're gonna start Kenna stream Spirit Bridge of Spirits. Until then, much love.